So let's talk about Apache Framework, its basic components. There's 4 basic components to the framework. Hadoop Common, Hadoop Distributed File System, or often called HDFS, and the Hadoop MapReduce. Hadoop Yarn is kind of a newer addition to this basic stack. However, since the Hadoop 2.0, we kind of introduced this as one of the basic components as well. Hadoop Common contains libraries and utilities needed by other Hadoop modules. Hadoop Distributed File System is a distributed file system that stores data on a commodity machine, providing very high aggregate bandwidth across the entire cluster. Hadoop Yarn is a resource management platform responsible for managing compute resources in the cluster and using them in order to schedule users and applications. And then Hadoop MapReduce is a programming model that scales data across a lot of different processes. So we've talked about reliability, and we talked about how all of the modules within the Hadoop framework are designed with the fundamental assumption that hardware fails. If you look at the HDFS, Yarn, MapReduce, and really the entire platform as a whole, they all consist of numerous applications, and each one of these applications take in consideration this reliability. So we have different applications like Apache Pig, Apache Hive, HBase, and others. For the end users, through the MapReduce Java code, we can access any of these applications, and we can build many different kinds of systems. We can even talk about the streaming systems and implement these map and reduce jobs to accomplish the task at hand. Apache Pig and Hive, among other related projects, allow us to expose higher-level interfaces like the Pig Latin or SQL and be able to access the data through the kinds of user interfaces that we might be more familiar with. The Hadoop framework itself is mostly written in Java programming language, and it has some applications in native C and command line utilities that are written in shell scripts. So there is many pieces to the Apache ecosystem. So in the next couple of slides, we're going to go through each one of these and take a look at what are the differences between the original Hadoop, the Hadoop 2.0, and what are these applications and services that are on top of the basic MapReduce system and the HDFS, and how we can use them and utilize them for various jobs. In our previous class, we talked a little bit about high-level architecture of Hadoop. We talked about the Hadoop 1-point-something version, and we talked about 2 major pieces of it, the Hadoop distributed file system and the MapReduce, which is our parallel processing framework that will map and reduce data. These are both open source, and they're both inspired by the technologies developed at Google. If we talk about this high-level infrastructure, we start talking about things like task trackers and job trackers, the name nodes and data nodes, and we're going to dig deeper into these terminology both in this class and the next class in this specialization.